Hi everybody, welcome to JCS Studio. Today I am going to guide you how to model a toothpaste with texturing and templates. Press Shift A and create a circle and make it the vertices is 12 and rotate it in x-axis. Okay. Select the object and press rotate it in x-axis 90 degree and scale it down and press period key to zoom in. Press Ctrl A and apply a scale. Go to edit mode and press 1 on the vertices. Go to the front view. We go to the right view. E to extrude in y axis. And this one I am going to make it a little bit lower like this. Okay. Go to the wireframe and select everything and scale it now. To scale, select everything and need to scale, then only it will be coming correct. Okay, go to the right view again and select everything. E to extrude, right click to cancel, yes to scale, and then go to the view and we can turn on that screencasting. And press G Y to move little bit like this further. And E to extrude and scale, G Y to move, and E to extrude in Y axis. So I'm going to make one small paste design. Okay. Now go to edit mode, set origin to 3D geometry. Before that, press Ctrl A and apply a scale. Then again go to set origin and 3D geometry. Now go to edit mode. I am selected this vertices and scale it in Z axis. Again scale it in Z axis. Okay. Now I am going to create one edge loop here. Ctrl R and move it towards here. Make it a little bit more here. Fine. Now I go to the wireframe and select this one and press M and merge at center. I am going to use Shift R to repeat the last action. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for this too. Now I am merged everything and I'm going to create one more edge loop here and press Ctrl B to bevel. Can you able to see it's not came correct? So what we can do is select everything, press M, merge by distance. If it's a double vertex is there, press Ctrl Shift N and make it inside. Let me try this now. Go to the edge selection, Ctrl B to bevel. Now you can able to see everything came correct. So I am going to create one two edges inside that using a scroll key. I am added. Press Ctrl minus key in the numpad. Press GZ to move little bit up. So now you can able to see the view will be liking like this. Press Ctrl 3 to make it shade smooth. Right click and shade smooth. Now you can able to see this is looks different. We can go to the object properties, make it auto smooth. So now our this has been ready, but we have to do some more addition here. Select this one and yes to scale a little bit down and go to the side view. Go to the wireframe, go to the vertex. I am going to select and GY to move a little bit further inside. And I am going to select this and yes to scale a little bit outer. Now I am going to select this and press Ctrl B to make it bevel. I am going to use this small bevel. Now you can able to see we have got some good output in this here. and I'm going to do the cap for this. Go to edit mode, go to the side view and wireframe, select these thing, press shift D to duplicate and right click to cancel and yes to scale a little bit outer. Okay, before this I got one more idea to make it little bit better. I'm delete these faces. I go to the object mode, I am exited. So now I am going to press shift A and create a cylinder, and these vertices I am going to give it as 120. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, fine. Make it 120 and now go to edit mode and I'm going to go to the front view and I'm going to do the some changes here for us as per our requirement, and GZ. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Now we are going to resize it as per our requirement. Go to the side view, rotate X 90 and GY to move and S to scale inside, GY to move. I make it going to scale it a little bit more. Go to the view, wireframe view and GY to move a little bit further. Here we can able to see this height is very less. I am going to increase that now, selecting that. Okay. Now for this cap has been ready. Here we are going to do some more modeling in this. I press Ctrl R to create one edge loop in this corner. I create one more edge loop in this corner and go to the face selection and I am going to select all the faces and go to the select option, checker deselect to make it. So you can able to see it will be selected like this. Press I to insert little bit, can move it slowly, you can able to see. I undo it, press I to insert, use the shift key to move it very slowly and alt S to move towards inside like this. So you can able to see we have the rough option to make it this paste to open the cap. So now I go to edit mode and I press 3 on the faces and I select this face and I press I to insert and I to insert, again I to insert and GY to move towards little bit inside. You can able to see we have created the one cap for this. Okay, for this cap I am going to give some red color. Go to the material view, click new, go to the shading model. I press period key to zoom in and here this cap I am going to make it red and I zoom it here for making do some more changes. I make it a little bit rougher and spectacular. I'm just reduce it because it's a little bit plastic. I'm not given any shining for this, and let's see if the sign looks okay. Looks good, not bad. Right click and shade smooth. Okay, which looks better. I go to the object property and make it auto smooth. So now it looks little cool and better. And now here that roughness I'm going to increase it a little bit more. Okay, little bit. If it's there, okay. This plastic a little bit shining will be there. Okay, fine. So cap has been completed. I'm going to rename this object as cap and I save the file. Just I'm going to save it in desktop for timing. But always my suggestion is save it in the correct partition and then always keep the backup for the same. Okay, now we are going to consider next thing. So this one I'm going to make it height for timing. go to edit mode, and I am going to select this corner to make it unwrapping. So we are going to concentrate now on unwrapping the object. Select these two link and press F5 to mark scene, and I am going to select this corner and press F5 to mark scene. So you can able to see, press Control E, you can able to see it's mark seam and clear seam. Here I am going to right click and I am added the shortcut for the quick favorite. I am using F5 and F6. So F5 to add, F6 to remove. And here same way I am going to select and F5 to make it mark seam. This one I am going to unwrap, so it will be look like a sheet. I go to the UV editing tool, I select all the object and press, here you can able to see the synchronize tool, you can enable it, press U to unwrap it. So now you can able to see as per our requirement our data has been came. Press 3 in the select the face mode, press Ctrl L, select this one and press Ctrl L, and I make it G to move. This one I am going to use it for the texture. So this is the bottom thing. So this one I am going to keep it in bottom, and first it's going to come in and the first thing. Press Ctrl L and R to rotate. Use Ctrl key to rotate it as per our requirement, and press S to scale, R to rotate, and you can turn it like this. So select this one, press Ctrl L, R to rotate, and G to move, and S to scale. So the best way to do the gives required some space means select this one, press Ctrl L and G to move, and R to rotate. Use the Control key to rotate it correctly in the requirement size, and I press S to scale. So this cap is not required for that, but in the meanwhile, so let me do it for that too, because while texture applies we are not going to use that. Okay, let it be there outside, so not a problem. Okay, now I am going to guide you how to do the texturing and the other things, how we can align it as per our requirement. Press A to select all UV and export UV layout. So I am going to create the layout is new UV. I am going to give and export the UV layout. Now this data has been exported in the as an image. You can able to notice here. So this is the new UV I have created. So you can able to see our mark has been came. So using this I am going to design, it's going to apply as per our requirement. So now press start menu and type for GIMP. So the GIMP is the free open source software tool for creating an image and other things. You can see the description, you can able to see this link to download this application if you want. Otherwise if you are having like Photoshop, you know to do some editing, it's not a problem for us. Okay, fine. After creating that I press new, and here I am going to give 1024 by 1024, and I am going to use the landscape mode here for this and press OK. Now here our base detail is created with the background, so which is not required. I am going to unview it and open the file. In desktop I am created this new UV layout, so I am selected the same. Now we are going to do some modification in this as per our requirement. So as we said, this is bottom, this is top. Let me confirm it once again. So select this, you can able to see this is bottom, this is top data. Okay, here we can do one more thing also. So we don't want here also, so I'm going to do some more changes here. I press F5 and margin once again I just unwrap it. Okay, now these all data is not required for us. I select this and press Ctrl L and scale it and G to move here, and I select this edges in the edge tool selection, press Ctrl Shift E and press 1 to make it a edge crease. Okay, now I'm going to select this one and press Ctrl L and G to move and rotate it and scale it out. I just make it in the main way. Fine. I press Ctrl L to make it a little bit more, and I just move a little bit right side, and I select this Ctrl L and G to move a little bit. Okay, we are not having space much, so what I am going to do is I am going to make it this one more smaller, so because which is not required for us much, this one, and I press Ctrl L and scale it a little bit out and G to move here. So now I select this and G to move here. I select this, press Ctrl L and G to move here, so we have got it in the layout. Fine. Now once again I just save it the file and export the UV layout with the same name. Now it has been cleared, so I just press Ctrl Z for this. Okay, nothing is there, so I don't think so. We can open this as a layer, and I'm opening it once again. So here we are going to do some texturing and coloring, and as per our requirement, as I said, once again we can go check. Okay, bottom is top. The first one is bottom. Okay, it has been inverted, not a problem for us. Okay, so let me start modeling the top. So top one I am going to give it a red color. I select the red color and go to the brush tool. So here you can able to see which is not full hard. I'm going to make it 100%, so you can able to see it's fully hardened, and I'm going to increase the size too, and I'm going to paint it here. Okay, and background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it as bottom is white, so I'm going to paint it white. Okay, I just missed out some points here. You can add the one more layer here. In this layer you can start painting the as per our requirement. So white, as I selected, so I'm going to give white. This is the white background I'm going to give for this, and I move it here. You can able to see the layer also easily, and I may go to the red. Okay, so the while painting it, you have to paint it on the layer where it's applied, that UV layout, so which will be applied on the requirement textures. And here I am going to add a text and make it as white background, and I made a text. I just give, okay, so, and I am going to add some bold here, and I reduce this, which is too high for us, and go to the move tool and move the text. Actually you can able to see which is not first the layer. I'm going to make it top. Now you can able to select and drag the text. It's not getting allowed. Okay. There is no selection to move. Okay, everything has been disabled to move here. Go to the text and I press enter. Right. I press escape P. Let me try to move it once again. Okay, here I am selected the wrong thing. So which you have to select the move. Now it will move. Now I turn on the requirements and I move it here. Now I am going to add an icon for this. Go to file and open as a layer. And I am going to open the thing what I am is required for us. Oops, it's not came proper. So what to do? Open a file and open as a file. Go to image, select by color. So now this one I am going to press delete. Press Ctrl I to invert selection and X to delete this. And I am going to create in this file I am going to create a new layer and make it as I just give some icon name. Now after creating this, press Ctrl V to paste and scale it down and move to here and scale it. So we have applied. Here I am going to add one more text and I am going to give as some other color. I make it one dark green. I press OK and start typing JSCAD Studio and I make it bold and go to the move tool and move the thing. Fine. Now I am going to create two textures here to make it applied. Now I save this one. This one also I am going to make it as white. So I just go to the paint brush tool and this complete thing is going to be white only. I'm going to select the layer and paste the layers. Yeah, okay. We can paste it fully, it's not a problem because both the things are white only. Okay, right. And I save the file. I just save it in the desktop with the same existing file name mine titled. Now after doing this, I am going to do one more trick here. Sorry. So this text icon and all I am removed and here I am going to zoom and here what I am going to do is I am going to create a text in this area in white color only. I am going to do. I am going to give the date. It's 25/10/2020. Okay. /2030. Sorry. I make it as 25. It's going to expire date. And I'm going to make it as bold and reduce the size here. And I go to the move tool and I'm going to move this. Okay. Now I am moving this. And I'm going to create some two triangle here box with the white color paint filling. Okay, I need to make it as a new layer, paint it. Okay, that's not required, not much mandatory. Fine, let me complete with this. Now I am going to disable this. Now I am going to make it enable the background and go to select and deselect none. Go to file and export as PNG format, black white color. I'm going to give BWC and I'm going to export this as PNG. Now after doing this, I'm going to turn off these two and enable this one, enable this one, and enable this one. And we missed one more thing, icon. Okay, now this texture I'm going to export as, so I'm going to give it as colored. I just paste, I give C paste. So the name whatever you want you can give, it's as per your requirement. I am going to export this in desktop 2 once again. Okay, we have created the two textures as per our requirement. Now I am going to the application, go to the layout. Now here I am going to apply two different type of things. Go to shader, create a new shading material. I am going to press space, control space to make it bigger. Press shift A and search for the image textures, and I am going to open that one color UV. I am going to connect to this base color. Now let's see, it has been came in wrong direction and wrong places, so we can do some alignment as per our requirement. Actually I am selected the wrong thing, I think so. I just export it once again. It's a C paste we did not actually. Okay, I am selected the wrong file. Okay, now we can able to see which is coming completely different. You go to the UV editing and select this one, go to the preview, Control L and right click and mirror Y. You can able to see it has been mirrored. I am going to move as per our requirement. You can move it here also. So now you can able to see JCR Studio has came correct. This also I am going to do the same. Selecting, press Ctrl L, right click and mirror Y. And I am going to move a little bit. And I am going to scale it a little bit later. So now our texture has been applied, and now here we are going to do that date, which one we are going to give like bump. It will show outside as a top. So here what I am going to do is I am going to shading tool, and I am going to reduce the roughness, so make it a little bit shiny. So because that item will be a little bit shiny only like this. Okay, now here what we are going to do is we are going to add a bump, and that date we are going to give. Go to the layout, go to the material preview and go to the tool, add displacement, go to the texture, create a new textures and open the file and BWC. So this is the texture we are going to use. Go to the tool, object, and here I am going to give it as 0.0001. So we can able to see that. Okay, it's completely became 0.1. I am going to select as UV object. Now you can able to see that some data has been came here, but it's too high. and here I am going to make it as 0.001. okay, it's not came 0.01. you can able to see some text has been applied. I think you can able to see here now. Right click and go to this here level thing. You can able to see some bump is here. So here I am going to do it as increase the leveling port to high and make it 7. So now you can able to see we have the date in this page, so which will be very easier to do the margin. I make it 7. okay, it's maximum 7, so I make it 6 in the rendering also. Fine. Now we have added the date, so I press Alt H to unhide everything, and you can able to see the toothpaste has been ready for pasting in the showing in the games and whatever required we want. So I am going to save this once again. I press Ctrl J to join. Sorry, I press undo, select this and select this, Ctrl J to join. Okay, it's taking time actually because it's this object, that second object, which is very high poly method, so it's taken a time to merge as a single object. Now we can able to see, press G and you can able to move the object easily the way, and I'm going to just to scale down a little bit. Okay, fine. I'm going to do the studio rendering and further things. Thank you friends. If you have any doubt, give it in comments section, give a comment, whatever you want. I will just support from my side. Thank you. Bye bye.